All right. Welcome to Wednesday Word. Welcome to Wednesday Word. What's this? This is January 4th. We're in the new year 2023. We were talking about finances last week, stewardship, and so forth. And today I want to talk about prosperity. Prosperity. Now, this isn't hey, everybody is just going to be rich kind of message, but we want to take a look at prosperity and what that means, because you're right. I mean, not you're right, but I'm going to say some people do have the idea that, hey, if there's money and rolling, this is prosperity. I'm rich, I'm happy, I need more money, we should all have it, and so forth. But we have to take a look at this from a biblical standpoint. Prosperity. Is prosperity a good thing? Or is poverty more pleasing to God? Now, we probably don't even like the sound of that. Is poverty more pleasing to God? But when we look over the last 100 years, many nations have experienced an increase in material prosperity. If we take a look at a global view, a global look at this throughout history, for thousands of years, no one had car phones, radios, TVs, running water, air conditioning, antibiotics, or grocery stores. So now, globally, our economic prosperity is 60 times greater than during the times of Christ. So when we begin to look at this, is economic development a good thing? Or is it an evil result of materialism and greed? So now the growth, the prosperity we have, does it come because people have been greedy, materialistic, and I want more and more and more and more? Or is it a good thing that we have developed over the years? So now if we begin to take a look at this, in Genesis, God tells man that he has authority over the earth. So now to do good things that allow for things to grow, to prosper in technology, in resources, and so forth, it is a good thing. Now, let's place it all in perspective, though, too. If we look at the Bible and what's important in life, from a biblical perspective, a person's relationship with God is far more important than material prosperity. So it is good that humanity has not destroyed the world, to be continued. It is good that we have some things like, recycling, protect the environment, and so forth, to be continued. To be determined. But material wealth can take first place in someone's life instead of their relationship with God. So a personal relationship, putting things in perspective. Yes, we should be wise steward. Yes, we should do well. Yes, there should be some growth and advancement, but we have to watch. Material wealth can take first priority in someone's life, and they will then neglect their relationship with God. Jesus was clear. No one can serve two masters. He would hate the one, love the other, or he could be devoted to one and despise the other. So when we look at this, and that's Luke chapter 16, he goes further and he says, what does it profit a man if he gain the whole world and lose your soul? And that's Luke 9:25. And then also in Luke, he tells them a parable. And this is Luke chapter, what is that? That is Luke chapter 12. Luke chapter 12, he says, and he told them this parable: the ground of a certain rich man yielded an abundant harvest. He thought to himself, what shall I do? I have no place to store my crops. Then he said, this is what I'll do. I'll tear down my barns and build bigger ones, and there will I store my surplus grain. And I'll say to myself, you have plenty of grain laid up for many years. Take life easy, eat, drink, and be merry. But God said to him, you fool, this very night your life will be demanded from you. Then who will get what you have prepared for yourself? This is how it will be with whosoever stores up things for themselves, but is not rich toward God. So look, let me go back there again. The last verse. This is how it will be with whoever stores up things for themselves, but is not rich toward God. So your prosperity, your riches mean nothing if you're not rich toward God. So yes, let's put in perspective. It does not mean as the man was storing things for a future. It doesn't mean that you should not have a 401k. Doesn't mean that you shouldn't plan, make preparations for the future. But this man staked it all in his riches, and his relationship with God was lacking. And God is letting us know, okay, fine. You could be prosperous here. You could be the best here. You could work and work and work and accomplish all these great things. But if you don't have me, you have nothing. If you have not acquired riches in me, toward God, if you have not built some things spiritually, if you have not obtained some things eternally, then you're going to find yourself called away before you enjoy what you've been storing up. Those who obtain financial prosperity should set their hearts on God, not their hopes, not everything in riches, but their hearts on God. And yes, once again, we need to make some wise choices. It's okay to invest. It's okay to plan. It's okay to save. I want to make this clear. It's okay to save. It's okay to grow some money. But if you are only trying to build riches and you are missing out on a relationship, when you begin to have your faith, your confidence, and you're looking at, this is my skill, this is my motivation, this is my hard work, this is my determination, and you have now taken this enthusiasm, this dreams, these hard works, and you've turned it into an idol. You've turned it into something that you're going to use to help you make it in life, instead of looking at, no, this is a portion of what I'm doing, but something greater is in what's happening spiritually. You see, when God begins to look at things, when God begins to explain things, and we look in the Bible, we see relationships, not hopes and riches, not in the money, but relationships are more important than material prosperity. He tells us, honor your mother and father in our 10 commandments. In Matthew 22:39, love your neighbor as yourself. He's talking to us about relationships. What benefit is there in amassing wealth and you're missing out on respect for family, on having a healthy marriage, on how parents should care for their children? If you were a parent that worked and worked and worked, and you're gone and you spend all these hours away and you accumulate mass wealth and you give your kids all these material things, but they never have a relationship with you, prosperity is not on top. Relationships. It would be better to be broke and have a great relationship than to be rich and have a horrible one. Because now, once again, people make the mistake and they assume that money is everything. Yes, there's money out there. And yes, there is a need for some. The church needs money. You need money. The government needs money. Everybody needs money. But money cannot be the king. It cannot be on top. It cannot be the main priority. He stresses in the Bible relationship, greater economic productivity by itself, in itself, has some good to it, but it also brings temptation. You see, the pursuit of great prosperity can become a person's ultimate good. And then greed, selfishness, bitterness, arrogance. Look at me, look at what I've done, look how great I am. Frustration, relentless pursuit of wealth. Relentless pursuit of wealth will never satisfy by itself. This relentless pursuit, I just want to be rich, I just want to make it. Now, granted, there's nothing wrong with being successful, but at what cost? What are you sacrificing? Who would you sell out? People say everybody's got a number, everybody's got a price. It shouldn't be that way. I should not be able to come up with a number to make you do something wrong. If you kill so-and-so, I'll give you $5 billion. And then now you're thinking about it. There should never be a number. What happens is this pursuit leaves people isolated from others. I'm just out to make that money. I'm just out to get what I want. Isolated from others. This pursuit leaves people alienated from God. It's not about relationship. It's not about God. It's about, can I get this money? Can I have this prosperity? Luke 16 and 13, you cannot serve God and money. Mammon. You cannot serve God and money. So we have to understand, as the Bible does encourage economic growth, the Bible encourages work. The Bible tells us, be fruitful and multiply. The Bible tells us that man has authority over the earth, that he names the animals, that he is there to rule over it. He's there to farm it and everything else. The Bible tells us that we should be good stewards. The Bible tells us if a man does not eat, if a man does not work, that he shouldn't eat. So there's nothing being said in the Bible that says, you live like a vagabond, you live homeless, you can't have anything that you shouldn't acquire, build, or do anything. No, it doesn't say that. The Lord speaks to Israel in Deuteronomy chapter 8. And when he's talking to them, he wants to put them, he wants to basically put them in check, give them a reminder. Look, and this is what he says in Deuteronomy chapter 8:18. But remember the Lord your God, for it is he who gives you the ability to produce wealth, and so confirms his covenant, which he swore to your ancestors and is today. And then I want to put on here 1 Timothy 6:10. For the love of money is the root of all evil, which while some covet after, they have erred from the faith and pierced themselves through with many sorrows. So here we see the reminder from God. The Lord is speaking to Israel, and he's saying, don't forget the Lord. You have now, you have acquired, but don't forget the Lord. I want to remind you, I gave you the ability. Oh, look at me. Look at what I've done. Look at what's going on. God says, I gave you that ability. I gave you that mind. I gave you that idea. I gave you that drive. I gave you the ability. I opened up doors. I provided the resources. We can't create, invent, and make anything without the resources that God has already established here. So as God has put all this out there and has shown us that, it's a thing to us to understand. Yes, work hard, but it can't be more important than God. So now if we're going to spend all of our time trying to acquire, accumulate, achieve, I want a bigger house, I want a bigger car, I want more money, I want a bigger bank account, I want to travel more, I want to do all these things, and we can't keep a relationship with God, that's where prosperity goes wrong. That's what I should have titled this, When Prosperity Goes Wrong. Because prosperity is a positive word, prosperity. But prosperity goes wrong when we love it. The love of money, not having money, the love of money is the root of all evil. So now when you're loving this and you're sacrificing the wrong thing, you're sacrificing relationships with your family. You're sacrificing relationships with your parents, your children, your friends. You're not treating people well because you are just on the mission of prosperity. That's when we're in trouble. So I want to encourage you, put it in perspective. It's okay to have, and you should have in a way in which you're able to share. Now, you don't have to be rich to share, but the Bible tells us the poor you will have what you always. And that's why, like in our government in the United States, we have resources and monies provided for those with mental health. I believe that there's always going to be a group of people who cannot work. So that whole idea was, then, you should just go ahead and get yours like I got mine. There's going to be some people that we need to take care of. And that's the right thing in society. I'm not talking about socialism, but I'm talking about taking care of those people that need help. I like the fact that if something happens, say you fall in a wrong hard times, you make a bad investment, things go wrong, things change, lose job, that there's a provision that can help you during that time. And that's what we need as a society. So you as an individual also need to have that heart. So that's why, giving our taxes and helping out in certain areas, as opposed to just building football stadiums and baseball stadiums and all these arenas that's done with tax money, we got to make sure we take care of the schools and the kids and seniors and those that are in need of certain things. So prosperity is fine. Prosperity can be good, but it has to be in the right perspective. Do not lose your relationship with God. What good is it to gain the world? What good is it to be prosperous? What good is it to have fame, to achieve, to have wealth, to acquire, obtain all these things and lose your soul? So I want to encourage you, put prosperity in perspective. It's not more important than what's happening with your soul. And if you are not taking care of your soul, reading, praying, fasting, believe, you got to continually build up your faith. If you are not continually building up your faith and moving in a relationship with God, he said, my sheep know my voice, that we are talking to him, we are praying to him, we are loving him, we are hearing him, we are obeying him, then your prosperity means nothing. In the end, it's going to be carried away. It's going to be all gone. And he said, as the parable, he told the man, you fool, today is your day. This is it. You made all these plans. We can make all the plans in the world. And that's why if it's not the priority and you made plans and it never comes about, then it doesn't matter. Because I wasn't building just to get to a moment, to a time, but I was living in this relationship with God. And if we are journeying through, we just passing through, going to a place of eternity with God, then the things acquired here are nothing anyway. All right. God bless you. Make it a wonderful week. I did record this, so I had to do this. We got counsel, some other things going on that I need to attend. But I love you. Be safe out there, and remember to place God first in your life. Place God first. All the other things, there's always something out there. All those things are distractions. What you need is a strong relationship with God, and that's going to take you further than anything else in the world. God bless you. Make it a wonderful